from the first album, and we had that experience. And I remember recording one song in particular off that song, and I went down over a couple of Saturdays. I took the train down to Mission Control Studios in Copley Place.
I've been there.
Copley Square, and it was great. And Maurice wrote that song when he was 13. I recorded it when I was 14, and it almost wasn't a hit when I was 15 because CBS Records didn't know that in the middle of their black music department there was volumes and volumes of Big Bopper magazines and TV covers. They just didn't know it. There was a marketing snafu there. It just didn't click yet, and it went to 55 on the black music charts, but it stalled. And we put our heart and soul into that album, and just like that, it was over. Until one day, a prince of a man from Tampa, Florida,
Tampa!
a DJ at Q105, I believe his name is Randy Cambridge. He gave a spin, one random spin, and just like that, it was the end of the end and the beginning of everything. So many things have to come together to make a phenomenon like the New Kids happen, and this song was one of them. Please don't go there. You put away my whole world. Tell me you'll stay. Never ever go away. No way out. I love you.
I love you.
I guess I always will. And girl, oh baby, you're my best friend. Girl, you're my love within. I just want you to know that I will always love you. Oh. Hey, hey, hey. Mr. Rob Lewis, everybody. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right back at you. Yeah, I said last night, I'll say it again, I love that I have a fucking song to sing in this group. Okay, and I was joking, I said the problem was Jordan Knight was in the group. And he's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he is.
What I was getting at before I turned it into a joke was that, no, I'm really proud of being able to, sing that song throughout all the years and have that, yes, for myself, but for the group, and feel like you're contributing, and to be able to sing that song 25 years later and it feel better than ever is amazing, and so for being a part of that. Going back to Mike too. So the New Kids happened in a big way. Zito, give me a little bit more, because what was I doing last night? Yeah, did a show, then was taking my clothes off and screaming at the top of my lungs, so I think I need to hear myself a little bit more on this one, but I know it feeds back a little bit more. So the New Kids happened, and it happened in a big way, and it was amazing. It was more than amazing. We disbanded. We didn't break up, we disbanded. It was, I was talking about it a lot in some interviews lately, but it costs. I mean, I realized that, at 15, my teenage years, like 95% of all people in high school would trade places with me. I get that. Everybody kind of feels like high school was the worst time of their lives, because just the list goes on. You're making all your mistakes. You're getting embarrassed. It's tough, even for the best case scenario. But I didn't have that. But that's kind of, if you don't go through that, if you don't go through those life lessons, I feel like you have to make up for that, in some way in your life. And it's sort of like a relationship. They say, like, if the relationship's 5 years long and you break up, it takes half that long. It takes 2.5 years to get over. So, theoretically, we were together for 10 years. It took about 5 good years of solid drinking. No, it took some years to kind of figure all that out, and because I didn't go out with my boys, I didn't hang out, and so at 21, I'm going out, hanging out, going out with my boys, and I'd go into a bar or a club, and it was, oh my fucking God, are you Joey McIntyre? Trisha, it's fucking Joey McIntyre. Yes, you are. Yeah. No, you're not. Yes, you are. And, so that's always fun. Way to start off the night. What's your name? Full name, Tara? Tara 7. Okay. Picture this. You come into a club, you're hanging out with your girls, ready to go for the night. You walk in the door. Oh my fucking God! It's Tara 7! It's fucking Tara 7's! It's a thing you gotta get used to. So, what would I do? You take the edge off. You have a couple of drinks. Take the edge off. Tell a few jokes, become the life of the party. Maybe you're dancing on the bar in an hour or two. 7. Which happens enough. And as beautiful and sweet as Tara 7 is, that whole lifestyle can get old. You're going out, and I was hitting it hard, 6 days a week for a while. I don't know if we took Monday off or Tuesday off because it was Monday Night Football. It was very scientific. We didn't fuck around. And those nights where it's bad and you go through those times and you get not dropped off by your boys, you're getting literally dumped off by your boys. And the front lawn became my friend. And I would just, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's right here. And your friends would try to get you up and you'd be like, fuck you! I'm fucking staying right here. Fuck you, no I'm not. They'd be like, dude, get the fuck up in the house. You'd be like, no! I'm fucking staying right here. Fucking right here. Fucking love it. The last place you wanted to go was your bed. The last place. And this is just fucking great. Until about 3:30 in the morning, and then all of a sudden, that's a wake-up call, people. That is a wake-up call. So, after about 3 or 4 times getting woken up by the sprinklers, I felt it was time to get back to work, whatever that was. And but what that was for me was music and creating. And so slowly but surely, I got back into it. And it's what I do and what I love. But like I said, it took me a while. And then, of course, you make the record and you try to go to record companies and say, I want to do this. And they're not really that interested. They're really interested in what Donnie's doing. Or who Jordan's right there. They want to know about the guys a lot. But not so much about the music, and that was part of the residue, if you will, from being a teen idol. And a lot of it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough, teen idol, man. So I took my lumps, and that album, my first solo album, kind of sat on the shelf. It wasn't woo yet. Weren't there yet. That was tough. And it sat on the shelf for a while. Sat on the shelf, and until I remember, you have those moments in your life, you know where you were when you made a decision. And I was at a coffee shop in Jamaica Plain, and I was just sitting there, and I said, you know what? All right, I know it's hard, I know it's tough. The poor means, I get it. I'm entitled to that, but it's a gift. What I do, what anybody does, is a gift, and I feel like it's my duty to share that gift. And whether 2 people hear it, or 20 people hear it, or 200, or 2 million, that's I had to share it, and
Woo!
Yeah. So, but I kept it simple, and I said, you know what? I love to perform. I know that much. I love to be on stage. So I'm gonna book a few shows,
And I said, well, I want them to hear the music and know the music when they're there, so I'm going to put out the CD myself, so the people that are coming are going to hear it. And one thing led to another, and I just wanted to, kind of publicize the shows, so I went to Kiss 108 in Boston. And our friend David Corey there, Kid David, he, I played him the song, and he loved it, and, he gave it a spin, and it was, #1 request, and it ended up being a top 10 record on the Billboard charts.
Woo! Please sing it!
Quite fittingly, it was very autobiographical of the story I just told. It's about believing in yourself, no matter what you dealt with. Sometimes it's in our head, but sometimes it's what's coming at us. And it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me that it means a lot to you too. So
please sing it, please sing it, please sing it. Woo! Yes! Yes! Love this song.
Don't you ever wish you were someone else? You were meant to be the way you are exactly. Don't you ever say you don't like the way you are. When you learn to love yourself, you're better off by far. And I hope you always stay the same, 'cause there's nothing about you I would change. I think that you could be whatever you wanted to be, if you could realize all the dreams you have inside. Don't be afraid if you've got something to say. Just open up your heart and let it show you the way. Don't you ever wish you were someone else? You were meant to be the way you are exactly. Yeah. Don't you ever say you don't like the way you are. When you learn to love yourself, you're better off by far. And I hope you always stay the same, 'cause there's nothing about you I would change. Believe in yourself, reach down inside. The love you found will set you free. Set you free. Don't you ever wish you were someone else? You were meant to be the way you are exactly. And don't you ever say you don't like the way you are. When you learn to love yourself, you're better off by far. And I hope you always stay the same, 'cause there's nothing about you I would change. No, there's nothing about you I would change. Everybody. Yeah. So I talked about my dad earlier, and Dave Brown special.
If you don't know, you will someday. But I haven't talked about my mom, and if you asked her, she'd tell you, he got the talent from me and the bad teeth from his father. Remember the braces. And she's quite a lady. She's an actress almost all the time, and she loved the theater, and she always wears these comedy and tragedy masks that symbolize the theater, and they symbolize her as well. If you happen to bump into her on the street, first of all, you'd have to be walking because she never drove a day in her life, and she would tell you 8 different stories in 2 minutes. You'd be laughing at the first one as she was finishing another one. She's a very funny lady, and there's plenty of drama as well. There's drama at 20 Orchard Street, and it's more suited for a movie of the week than this show. But we weren't. My house was not 8 is enough. No, it wasn't 8 is enough. It wasn't the Waltons. It definitely wasn't the Brady Bunch, because they were living in sin. And she ran a tight ship, and that's putting it nicely. But God bless her. I mean, can you imagine 9 kids? 9 kids. 9 lunches, 9 dinners, 9 loads of laundry. 9. I can't even imagine. And my mother and father only got along on the dance floor and in bed.
Apparently bed.
Man, they could dance. And man, they could... Man, they could make babies, yes. And that would have been more disgusting now, but it shows my age. Anyways, to even think about. But she was quite a lady, and I say that because she, her work is done, and now I think, and it took Alzheimer's to slow her down, and
I was gonna cry.
And I remember her when the disease started creeping into her mind. She got scared. She got very scared. And I remember her saying to me that she said,
It's okay, Joe. We love you, Joey.
She had an amazing mind. I mean, she was right. We did get the talent from her and the bad teeth from my father, but she said, me and the night don't get along. And she reached out to a man who very often she despised, but was the only man she ever loved, and that was my dad. And
He's killing me.
she said, Tom, I need you more now than I ever had. And he was there. He was there for her. He is there for her in a way that he was never able to be there for her in the past. So,
He's killing me. He's killing me. He's killing me.
It's not you, she says. It's just the world so mean. It's just a red flag, I say. Gotta look for the green. No, something's breaking my baby. breaking my baby's heart. Oh, I just wanna see her smile. It's such a drag, she says, when the world's so mean. It's just a red flag, I say. Gotta look for the green. Oh, something's breaking my baby's heart. Something's breaking my baby's heart. Something's breaking my baby's heart. Oh, I just wanna see her smile. Cynical town can be tough on an angel. Clip her wings, baby, 1, 2, 3. I'm a clown, 'cause I love that angels richer than kings. Baby, don't you see? Baby, don't you agree? Wish I knew why she says, but on a sunny day I find a way. Let's give it a try, I say. We can